What's up, fam? Matthew here again for another episode of OMB. Okay, on this episode, we're going to talk about how much do I charge? Do I charge 10 bucks an hour? Do I charge 3,000 bucks an hour? What do I charge? Here's what you got to do. If you have no idea where to start, we're going to start at the basics. How much do you want to make in a year? 100 grand, 80 grand, 50 grand, 40 grand, whatever. Okay, that's a good start. Now you got to divide that by 52. Divide that number by 52. Okay. Divide that number by, let's say 30, because you're actually going to work about 30 hours a week. This is a full-time job. 30 hours of real work. I'm just cutting out that other 10 hours if you think you're a 40-hour work weeker, because you're going to waste time. It's just guaranteed. So you've got a number. You've got a number. That's how much you're worth per hour if you've done, your number right. If that number is really low, you're like, I'm worth more than that, or my products or my services, my time is worth more than that, then raise the number. If 50 grand is not what you're worth? Raise it to 75 or something. Redo the calculations. Divide that by 52 weeks in a year. Divide that by 30, 30 hours, real hours in a week. Unless you're really disciplined, then raise that to 40 or 50 even if you're really disciplined. I'm more like I'm a 12-hour a week kind of guy, So raise the number. Try again. Okay, so now you've got what is your hourly rate. Then you can multiply that by 8 and get your daily rate. That's how much you are worth every single day. Imagine what you could get done in 1 day's worth of work, realistic work. If you can only work 2 hours, then be honest with yourself. If you've got 8 solid hours to work, that's okay, 8 hours. So now you've got your daily rate, how much you are worth every day. And now think about, what can you get done in a day? For me, I'm thinking that I could get done 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get probably done maybe 4 to 8 website homepage concepts in 1 day. That's actually kind of underballing it a little bit. It depends on how much clarity I have on the project. That's another video I've done. So now I can see, okay, so well, how much is that concept worth in the grand scheme of the whole project? Okay, well, it's about, it's worth, a good 5-10% of the project. Okay, so now you've got a really good reference point for the entire project. So you've got your daily rate put in there. Well, what if you get programmers who are a little more specialized, who've done more learning or more certifications to get knowledge in different kinds of programming, database management. Those people, they have their own hourly rate. So then you got to figure out, okay, how much are we paying that guy or that gal to do some programming? Okay, how much time are they going to do that? They're going to do 10 hours. Okay, well, 10 hours times, 80 bucks, or, let's say you're paying them 30, 40 bucks on site. Then you got to add your markup for your profit. You got to get your profit margin in there. So maybe it's going to be 80 bucks an hour. So 80 times 10, that's $800 just to development mode, plus your concept. Then you've got quality assurance. You've got a team to implement it. You've got a team to spin up some servers. So here's what you do. We've kind of spitballed. We're kind of going all over the place. How much do you charge? First, find out how much you're worth. And then where you touch the project. You're at the very beginning, okay? You're an hour in a discovery session, okay, so that's got to be baked into the price. Where else do you fit in? About middle of the way, you kind of check in with a team, 1 to 2 hours managing, put that into the price. At the end, you kind of help move some other pieces around, manage some team members, 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever. Put that into the price. And then you have to do that with everybody else who else touches your project or the service you're building for your client. And this is how you find out how much you charge. Because not only do you have to find out how much your employees, obviously you know how much you pay your employees, that cost goes in, and then your markup goes in. You see what I'm saying? So that's a good model to figure out how much you should charge for your services. Every time in my past, I have either raised my prices or rediscovered how much I'm worth. I get more clients. I get more work. It's crazy. It's like when I start to really value myself, other people do the same. When I start to, see how much I'm really worth, other people do. It's crazy. It's a little nuts, but it's happened to me more times, actually every time. Every time we've raised prices or, change prices to be accurate, to be truly accurate to what we're worth, we get more business. It's insane. Take this, try it on your business, try it on yourself. Take your product out of take your product down and say, okay, let's really look at this. Let's see how much it's worth. See how much we are worth. Even ask some clients, do you think it was worth it? If they say, yes, it was amazing, I would have paid double. It's time to charge double, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of OMB. I hope you guys can take some nuggets out of this, take some value out of this, and maybe go to your pricing sheet or whatever you have with all your prices on there. Maybe it's time for a review of those prices. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. We will see you in the next episode.